Hello and welcome to this tutorial where we are going to learn about connecting and pushing to your repository. First things first, I want to show you the most important URL that once you've logged in into your GitHub account, you should always be aware of it. So this is my online repository. It's called I Am African Ghost. I'm going to select let me first go back. So this is how it looks. I had to clean up house, as I said before, because I didn't want you to get to this repository and it had a lot of junk. So I have an open source ERP system that I'm building at the moment. If you click on it, I'm just going to show you how it looks and the URL here. So this is the most important URL for any GitHub repository that you will be able to use to either clone or have an open source team using it. Okay. So that said, the first thing we are going to do is create a new folder in our local directory. Remember, it was Git and GitHub. I'm going to make a new folder here called let's just say GitHub basics. Okay, then open it. I'm going to open the same in our Visual Studio Code. So file, open folder, then GitHub basics, and that is it. Open it. Okay, so yes, it was the authors. Yeah, that is it. I'm going to close that. So the next thing is I'm going to create a new terminal. Then I need to create a file inside this. It's called create a new file in any, let's say, a markdown file. I like the readme markdown file because you can put some content into it, but nothing to cram. So touch, we are using the touch command to just create a readme file. Okay. To touch, then readme.markdown. Okay, we've created a readme file. Then I'm going to just say here GitHub basics. Okay, that's it. I'm closing that. From there, I'll have to initialize Git. If you remember, with the git init command, it says git initialized. Let's check. You see, it's here. The folder is here. And remember, the command for showing hidden files is command shift comma, it disappears. I mean period, it disappears. Command shift period, it appears on a MacBook. On a Windows, I don't know how to do it because I'm using a terminal, I mean a MacBook right now. It's not that I don't know how to do it, but I can't show you at the moment. Google it. We passed through it in a previous tutorial, but you can still Google it and it will show you. Okay, so after creating and initializing the file, we can rename the name. Let's see, the branch, git branch -a, okay, or git status. Yeah, the branch we are on is called main. So let's just say git branch. Do you remember, guys, how to rename a branch? Do -m and then we rename, let's just say version 1. Okay, or master branch. Boom. So if we do git status, it should have shifted, you see, on branch, master branch. If we do git branch -a, it doesn't give us anything because we have not used the branch yet or committed it. Okay, so that's how we can create that repository and then rename the branch. Then I'm going to stage the file. After staging, I'm going to commit it with a message and then connect it to GitHub. Okay, to do it, let's just say, let's clear first, then say git status. It shows red color here because these are still working files. If I do git add, because I want to add all the files, and do git status again, it changes to green. I don't need to do git status every time. I'm just doing it to show you the changes. Now it's in the staging area. Let's get some more space. Then after that, we can git commit, and we commit with a message that says this is the first commit. and then after that we can just click on enter. If I do git log, you see there's a commit there. This is the first commit. Okay, that's being done. We need to now connect to GitHub. Now we've started getting to what the tutorial is about. So I'm going to first connect my Visual Studio Code application to GitHub, and you do it from here. Then from settings, if I can remember, turn on setting, cloud changes, blah blah blah. You're not signed in to any account. I can click on that, and then after that, so work with me. Click on this icon, then I'm just going to turn on anything here, then sign in and turn on, then sign in with GitHub. It's going to navigate us to the web browser. Because I've already signed in, it's just authorize Visual Studio Code. You're being redirected. Okay, then open. Okay, I hope that has signed in. Yeah, you see, I'm African Ghost is already signed in. So that's how you sign into your account on GitHub. Remember to sign in on the browser and then go to Visual Studio and just click on anything. Then after that's done, the sign in, remember the email that you used to sign in. The reason why I'm telling you need to be on your browser here and it's already signed in is because it picks up your already registered email here. Okay, so make sure you're already signed in with your email address. Okay, then after that we need to add the GitHub repository. So I'm going to probably create a new repository for this, and the way to do it is let me just get, I'm trying to find a simpler way to do this, and the way you do it from GitHub is to go to your own GitHub repository on the browser, then click on repositories and then click on new. Just create a new repository, and then the name will be, I want to maintain the same name. Let me see what is GitHub basics. So GitHub, then basics. Okay, it's checking to see if you have another repository with the same name. I don't have it, so on GitHub. So this is how it's going to do. I'm going to maintain it being public, add readme file, no. So create repository. Then remember what I told you. Once that is done, let's go to GitHub basics. Then this is the URL that we need. Remember, since it's empty, it's going to give it here to you. Okay, so copy that. Then we need once that copied, copying is either by clicking this or just highlighting here and doing Control-C. Then head back to your Git, and then remember Git is the local repository, GitHub is the online repository. After you do that, go there and put in this command. Now we are connecting Git to GitHub. So Git remote add origin. Remember I told you it can be any word, but developers all over the world use origin as a standardization, so you could also use it. And then I paste that. Okay, then after that click on enter. I have connected it. Okay, once that done, just do git remote. I mean, we need to push our code here. GitHub basics, I need to see this read.md file. Remember at the moment it's empty like this, but I need to see this folder structure there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the code with an upstream. I'll explain what upstream means later, but the code is git push, then with an upstream origin. Then remember what first of all, let me find out the branch that we are in. So git branch, master branch. Okay, so clear, then git push, then with an upstream we push the origin, then master branch, if I'm not wrong. I keep forgetting this git branch. Okay, let me just copy it, because we need to do git push with an upstream, origin, and then boom, the name of the branch that you want to push. And then when I hit enter, it should take some time, just a bit depending on your internet connection, and then blah 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 to this, and then master branch to master branch, master branch is set up to track. Okay, when I go online, and remember, if I told you if it's empty, it's going to look like this. If you refresh, it should have updated it. Okay, and this is it. You see, we have one branch, and it's the master branch, just the same way we have here one branch. Now we've connected our Git to GitHub. If I click on this, it's a GitHub Basics, which is what I wrote here. Okay, so that's how to connect Git to GitHub, and then also to push things from your Git to your GitHub repository in an easy manner. So that's the collaboration, and now you've seen the practical aspect of how Git and GitHub works. See you in the next tutorial, where we'll be talking about pushing your history and our branches to GitHub. See you then.